Why does it always do that? Welcome to Two Fridays Podcast. This is Bosch fucking Gaming and Dolph and the motherfucking QuesoStream. What up, dog? How you doing?
I'm all right. How are y'all?
That's the best intro you ever heard to anything before, wasn't it? I'll tell you, I'm a professional motherfucker, okay?
I promise you, if we did a second take, it would be so much better.
Probably. Probably. My problem is, man, every time we come into this thing, it'll be like counting down 5, 4, 3, and then it disappears. And I'm like, what happened to 2 and 1, motherfucker? Oh.
I see the 2 and 1. You don't see
then
the 2
I'm
and 1?
trying to count in my head, and then by the time I count it in my head, I realize that it's probably been already 3 seconds, and it's probably already recording while I'm counting in my fucking head. Anyway, what's up, Queso? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. How are y'all doing tonight?
Well, not near high enough, brother. I can tell you that right now. I'm about to spark this shit.
You're not near high enough? Oh my god, no. I thought you were fucking blown over there.
No, dude, this is sober. Well, okay, no, I can't say sober.
But Sam, like I watched you smoke all night on stream.
I'm never fucking sober, but so what's good, man? Tell us where you're from and all that. First off,
as much as you want to, anyways.
Yeah. Don't give us like your house address and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Live in Texas, born and raised in Texas.
Oh yeah, dude.
Did some time up in Montana when I was a teenager. It was cool.
Bro, that's supposed to be beautiful up there.
It really is. Well, the part of Texas I grew up in was mountainous, so it wasn't anything new except more snow.
Bro, Texas is its own fucking country. I swear to God, bro. I've only been down once. I live in Kansas City here, and I went from Kansas City down to South Padre. We drove straight through, and it's like, all right, we're getting to Texas.
That's a brutal drive.
Texas.
Brutal.
Yeah, dude, we drove straight through, stopping nowhere but gas stations, bro. And got down there, but anyway, you go across and you're like, oh, okay, Oklahoma, buzzing around. And you're like, we're in Texas, bro. Fuck, dude, you still got like 12 hours or something. I don't know how long it was, but it was ridiculous. To go from the north part to the south part of Texas is a long ass drive.
This is as real as it is. I was looking at a map yesterday at work, and I realized that Austin is almost equal distant from Houston as Houston is from New Orleans. Just they're almost exactly the same distance across. Here's the problem. Austin's only a third of the way across Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
there's still 2/3 of a state that go across. Like it's 3 to 4 times wider than Louisiana. It's crazy. Like I'm impressed.
From Anthony, Texas, which is west of El Paso, and it's right on the border of New Mexico, to Orange, Texas, which is on the border of Louisiana on Interstate 10. You just take Interstate 10 the whole time. It's about a 12-hour drive. I could probably knock it out in 11 or 10, but
Well, Texas drivers are crazy. I live in Louisiana. I could be in Texas from my house in like 30 minutes. It's that close.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. I don't live far, but I made sure I lived on this side of the border to be sure I was legal to do what we do.
Yeah. I can't believe
that
all the states. I can't believe Texas has not legalized it, bro.
They have very small medical.
Yeah, it's wild to me though. Like I figure Texas is like the most free state there is. I feel like you feel like I'm from the outside looking in. You're like Texas is like the most understanding. They're like, you motherfuckers come on your land or something, just shoot them. We don't give a fuck. But don't smoke a joint.
It's conservative. That's the problem. Like it's huge. That's why it was so weird for Florida to be an earlier adopter of the medical programs. Was like, I was like, it's such a conservative state, and it passed. I was really surprised.
Do you smoke at all, or have you? Or I mean, obviously not now because you're in Texas. But.
Well, I don't, and I don't. I don't because of my job.
You didn't inhale.
Yeah, because random drug test is pretty much every company I've worked for in the last 12 years.
That sucks.
Yeah, dude, I've got homies that have jobs like that, and they literally drive around like they're driving around or doing whatever they're doing. They constantly have fucking monkey pee on them, just in case they get random, so they can go down there and pass their test. Like they never leave home without a fucking bottle of fake piss in their pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I will say the smoothest I've ever had through a bong was when I lived in Montana. I guess when it through a bong, it was hurting my throat, like burning a little too much, and I was like, damn. So, but in Montana, it snows all the time. Even right now in the state of Montana, it's snowing. for the Memorial Day
That's
weekend.
Crazy, bro.
I went outside, grabbed a clump of snow. It was mostly like hardened snow, so closer to ice. Shoved it in there, lit it up, and I was like, "Ooh, that's smooth. It goes down cool, man." So if y'all ever have the opportunity to use snow, then
I'm going to Montana this winter just to smoke up, dude. Now,
no, I did this last when it snowed here this year. I did that. Hell yeah, it's amazing.
It doesn't snow where you're at. You got gators and shit.
We do have gators, but it snowed like I don't know 3 or 4 inches this last year. Nothing crazy.
So how long you been doing your stream thing for?
September will be 3 years, and goal wise, I'll be honest, I haven't hit the goals I would want to, but I still push
either, brother.
and see
Don't
what
feel
happens.
bad. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, I know
Dolph,
some people.
Dolph will tell you, bro. I'm one of them motherfuckers, dude. I got my. I mean, I know it's hard to believe that I got issues. Okay, I mean, I'm a fucking 43-year-old man wearing a Ninja Turtle hat. You know what I'm saying? With a fucking Pinocchio thing on and some fucking cannabis leaf behind me on my wall. So I mean, I'm pretty fucking normal. But anyway, yeah, man, I've been at it almost 6 years now, and I mean, I got okay on Twitch there for a while, but I'm definitely not hitting all my goals. But the main thing to me is just to keep plugging away, bro, because you never know what's right around the fucking corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think the hardest part recently in the last it's really been about a year or a little more is seeing the very slow decline to practically nothing even though I was never really big or popular, I say chat popping. It's not like certain streamers chat popping, but it was moving. I was keeping up.
Absolutely.
It even got a little fast. Sometimes I missed a few comments, not intentionally, but it was moving.
Motherfucker! No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Why the hell are you inviting this guy? You told me he was good. Jeez,
dude, I try to get stoned enough to where I miss every comment. Fuck it.
Yeah.
He gets stoned and turns into a tryhard, and all of a sudden he's like this.
Yeah, it's true. And still getting murked all the time.
Yeah, horrible. But yeah, personally, that's probably the hardest part is seeing the decline, because it's not about money. Although money was a little bit there and it was kind of nice. It's not about money, but just seeing the community kind of fall off,
man. Because I understand you get those. You get those. Well, myself anyway. I can't speak for you, but I get those thoughts every once in a while when I get like on, say, get to a game that just doesn't take, or maybe I'm going through some shit in my life and my mood's different, or I'm just fucking tired. I got kids. I work full time, shit. My stream energy is down or some shit, I've had some health stuff, and that stuff does weigh on you, bro. And it starts making you think like, am I wasting my fucking time doing this shit? You know what I'm saying? But I just think like, as long as you're enjoying it and you're enjoying it somewhat, and I've let it get to a point at some points where it was affecting my life, and you don't get it to that point where it's like just overtaking everything, then you're pretty much good, man. If you keep putting out content and people you never know who's fucking watching, dog. That's the one thing. You just never fucking know. And like, you never know it may not be watching today, but you never know who's going to tune in tomorrow or who might see your shit and just catch on. And the main, just try to bring the best you can every time, and that's easier said than done.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
but yeah, don't mind me. I may wipe my eye a few times. I have a prosthetic, so sometimes I get stuff.
Prosthetic? What happened? If you don't mind me asking, I mean, you can tell me.
I was attacked by a bear. No, I'm kidding.
Fucking hell!
So it's funny you say that because my buddy got his.
That's a Davy Crockett motherfucker.
So my buddy, we were from Florida, and he got shot in the leg when he was a kid by an accident. And he had a big old nasty scar on the back, and he always told everybody he got bit by a shark. So it's funny that you say like, I got bit by a bear. But seriously, what happened?
It's very boring. When I was born, I had a detached retina. They did surgery on it. It never really recovered. And when I was about 4 years old, they just removed the eye. Plus, I had a lot of.
So you never remember not having, like, you never remember anything but that, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah, and but when it was, I had some developmental issues, not in like a bad way, but like talking was a big one.
Right.
Which now I feel like even my mom says, she's like, I have a 2-year-old son, and she's like, yeah, it's just coming full circle back to you. I'm like, yeah, but my eye was dead. My eye was dying.
Right.
I had a reason to be upset and scream about nothing at that age.
That ain't no shit, man. Bro, it makes me want to scream just thinking about it. That's got to be crazy for a little kid to be going through. So, I actually had a grandpa. I had a grandpa that had a fucking glass eye. My dad's dad. He had a glass eye, but he was fucking worked in construction, and I think he fell off a ladder and fucking stabbed himself with a screwdriver or some shit, bro. It was wild.
God damn.
Wild. But, yeah, crazy stuff, man.
I can take it out, too. But,
Oh, God.
Do you have any any custom
now
ones
I'm
or
fucking
anything?
horny.
Oh Jesus!
Sorry.
Gosh.
My bad. My bad.
Custom ones, no. When I was younger, we did talk about it, but see, so the last time I got a new eye when I was 12, and I've been meaning to get one for the last 15 years.
No shit. So you don't have to. I guess your eyeballs just stay the same size forever, huh? So like as you get older and bigger, as you grow from a kid up, your eye doesn't switch sizes. Is that? I wonder.
Yeah, well, you're
science now. Bro. This is like fucking science class.
I'm lost. Okay.
No, I'm asking you. When you're a kid, is your eyeball smaller than when you're an adult? Does your eyeball get bigger as you grow up?
I've read, and I'm not positive. I'm not a professional in any regard, but I heard they're the same.
You mean
the
you've never studied eyeballs, dog?
Eyeballs are the same size all the way through your life,
no
but
shit.
Only because but
it's
like
funny,
think about
my dick stayed the same size all the way through my life too. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I couldn't help it, bro. Fuck, I'm on fire tonight, babe. No, I'm sorry.
Man.
Oh shit, my bad.
You're good, bro. You're good.
All right, okay, so this is my fault. So earlier I told him I'm sick, and I was like, "You're at the carrier today." So here we go.
Yep, it's your fault.
It's my fault. I'll take it.
But if you really think about it, like whenever you have your first kid or any of your amount of kids, their eyes, everyone's always like, oh, they have such big brown eyes and all that. But then, like when you get older, obviously your eyes just look, I guess, quote unquote, normal. So I guess there is some truth there. I don't know what the actual.
Well,
truth
I think
is,
it's just because maybe your head gets bigger. So like when you're small, you got a small fucking little
it goes out a
pea
little
brain
bit,
head. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your eyes look bigger. I don't know.
So, but of course your eye. But if
all
you
sides look fucking huge. Look at him, dude. Good Lord, that's ugly.
Well, that's probably because of my glasses, though.
No, put it back on. That's worse.
No. Again, don't consult me. Definitely consult a physician if that's the case or not.
So weird. None of us are eye professionals around here, but that's crazy, man. Anyway, that was
wrong
fun.
with you, Bosh?
What, dude? That is great. Look at that, dude. That was great conversation. I don't know what you're talking about. As you can tell, okay, so we are professional podcasters, by the way. Absolute professionals.
I would call us that these days. Like after the product we're putting out, I'll take pro this kind of.
So do you right?
You just skip right past it.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Shut up.
Hey, would you shut up? You told me to carry the show. God damn it. Oh, so what? Do you have like a main game or anything? Like, do you jump around a lot?
I try to jump around, but
jump up, and get down.
But whenever I first started, I was doing some American Truck Simulator. Actually, right now the game isn't working right, and I still haven't figured out why. But I'm not like into it to the point where I need to get it fixed right now. So.
That's crazy that you said that, because I was literally watching one of our good friends. You'll have to check him out sometime. His name's Hillbilly Willie, and he's a real good friend of mine and of the crew and of the podcast, whatever. But anyway, today I tune in. What's he playing? He's an ARC streamer. And he's playing fucking Truck Simulator, and I'm like, dude, I've always wanted to play it. I've got a cheap like little Thrustmaster wheel set up that I can plug up, I can play, I can do all that, and I've never played it. I was watching him play it. I'm like, dude, why have I not taken like just a chill fucking smoke sesh stream and played that damn game?
It's a good game to relax to. That and Farm Simulator.
Yep.
I don't play that much.
I've played that some over the years.
We had. But he may have been playing it because the Nebraska DLC just came out last week.
Dolph, you better talk again. I didn't mean for you to actually shut up. I was joking, bro. What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. Here we go. Now I got to really do this. And now I'm nervous. He's putting me on the spot, bro. So, are you married, kids, all that shit?
Yeah, married, 4 kids.
God damn! Like a goddamn bunny rabbit.
I mean, That's her comparison.
Wait, how old are you? Like 21? 21, 4 kids, married for
32.
2 years. 32?
Yeah,
as you can tell, Dolph and I are in our 20s by the gray in our beards. we're perfect here. We're perfect.
I think I found a gray the other day around this area.
Oh shit, it started, bro. I tell you what, when I was early 30s, I had no gray, bro, and I turned 43 this year, and look at me.
I got my first gray at 21.
Yeah, did you really? Damn,
yeah.
Dude. Damn. That's weird. My little brother's, but he got real gray. He's almost all white already, and he's 9 years younger than me. But he started in early 20s. He started turning gray and shit.
You've got a lot more gray this last year or so,
bruh. Yeah, like I'll be all white in another 5 years, dog. My beard will be completely white.
Oh yeah,
bro.
you're a Santa replicator over there.
I'm going straight Santa Claus, dude. You better believe it. Come sit on my lap.
I told you I'm going to do it this Christmas.
Wait,
I'm going to get a suit.
Just to be straight, I was talking to you guys. That's not how I would talk to the kids. I want to clear that up real quick. So there's no, you know how the internet is. Motherfuckers, don't be pinning me on nothing.
No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy.
I've noticed that's a trending slang now. I'm like,
oh man,
I get it,
dude. That is crazy. Like that's all the stuff that I grew up with. Was like I grew up with the whole. Like I was devastated. Tupac was like my favorite rapper, dude. When I was like 13 and all that shit happened, dude. And I'm like, what the fuck? But growing up with Diddy and all that drama around that, and over the years, and then now this, and you're like, what in the fuck is wrong with these people, man? Like there's some crazy wild stuff going on in the entertainment business.
Oh yeah, that's why they're there.
It's a good thing we're normal.
Yes, normal. So, Queso.
What's up?
What's with the coño sign?
Wait, what's that mean? First off,
wait a minute.
It's hard. I honestly don't know the direct translation, but it's kind of like asshole.
Okay, all right,
but,
that's me.
But it actually, never mind. I dropped it.
It's broke.
There's some more writing under it, and I was going to show you, but.
Hey, this is recorded. This is recorded live. Is that real? Is that?
I have no fucking idea where it went now. But no, I don't know where it came from. But about 6 months ago, I found it in a box, and I looked at my wife. I go, look at this. She goes, what? And she saw my eyes light up. I go, I'm going to hang this up behind me on stream. She goes, no, don't fucking do that. I go, but it's funny.
Right.
She's like, and I'm like, plus the majority of my viewers probably won't get it.
I wouldn't have. I'd just been like, what the fuck is that motherfucker?
He was like, what is he saying behind him? What is that? Oh yeah.
But there was his ass. No, I don't know.
But yeah, there's a little more writing under it, also in Spanish. But yeah, being I grew up in West Texas, I was pretty much the minority myself.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Out there?
Yeah, and I love Mexican food. It's my favorite food, and I'm currently married to a Mexican girl, so it only, makes sense.
That's why he's fucking 32 and has 4 kids. He's married Catholic.
Dude, I love your fucking logo too, bro. I see the fucking river of cheese, dude. That shit is sick, dude. That's a good logo. I like it.
That was the concept. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't really notice it.
Really? I got it immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think the thing is people don't
are fucking stupid. That's what it is.
Because when it's on a tiny thumbnail, you don't really think too much about it.
Right.
It's when people actually look at it, they're like, "Oh, I get it." So that concept, while I didn't make the logo, that concept is from my brain. I randomly thought about it because whenever I was first starting the streaming thing, I was like, "Well, I've always gone as a nickname of Queso back in the day." And then I realized I was like, oh, everyone's naming themselves either gaming or stream either before or after their actual name.
Easy, pal.
I mean, so
take it easy here.
Did the Mexicans really call you like Queso Blanco?
Let's not make this a hostile fucking deal, okay?
So I was like, Queso Gaming, and then I was like, Queso Stream, and I go, a stream of queso, and then I was like, oh, a river that's a stream, and then throw some mountains in it, and I literally just busted it out in like 5 minutes, or I think it was actually less. Just drew a couple mountains with a couple snow caps like you see above, have a little river. Yeah. And then because the company who I went through, was going through all the process of, this is this is that. And then it was like, if you have they'll make one just completely custom for you if you want. But if you have a concept, they're like, share it with us. I was like,
Right.
oh shit. I drew up the concept and I put arrows. I used to have a binder right here on my desk that I could just whip it open and show people, but pretty much it was like I drew it up real quick, had a river running down between the mountains and up to the front, and then I have an arrow pointing to it that says River of Queso. And
Oh my god, I love it.
and then and I was like mountains with another arrow, and then they created it with clouds and a couple trees.
Fuck yeah, dude. I like it,
fucking
man. I
badass.
dig it. I dig
Oh
it.
yeah. That's cool, man. I noticed it immediately. I was like, that's fucking dope. No, but seriously though, did the Mexicans around you call you like Queso Blanco?
Right?
Not as often as I would have liked, I guess, but
That would have been
it was more of my brother started calling me that, just queso in general, and I'll be honest, I wasn't like popular or anything, so not many people outside of my immediate friend group called me that, but it's still, my brother even to this day will still call me that. So
That's good. That's cool.
But he spells it, because my brother, I don't want to call him an idiot, but he's
but
because like he'll text me, and I didn't know in his head that he was, whenever he said it to me, that's in his head how he was spelling it. And so like we were adults, and he was like, "Hey, queso," but it's Kaso, and I'm like, that's not how that's spelled, right?
Oh my god.
So for years before that, I've been making, gamer tags and other things, usernames, Queso, Queso, just I throw some numbers in and whatnot, and then he's over here, Kaso.
I might
your spelling.
I might have a situation like that where, I thought something was a little different than what it actually was. I used to always say mine as well instead of might as well. And one day my homie said, "What'd you say?" And I said, "Mine as." He's like, "How you spell that?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. MINAZ, motherfucker. I don't know." And he's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "It's might as." And I'm like, "Oh, got you, dude. I got you.
So
mine as well. What the fuck? I didn't know."
That it's funny you say that. So I don't know if either of y'all are in interracial relationships, or at least with people who, at least with women who speak a different language also. So my wife's first language is Spanish. She speaks English very well. But it's so funny, and I've noticed it with a lot of actual, Spanish speakers who that was their first language, who even to this day I would have never known that was their first language. They speak it so well. I've noticed little quirks, and usually it's analogy based. Like certain analogies don't translate directly from Spanish to English, English to Spanish. And it doesn't help that my wife has horrible coworkers for the last 2 employers she's been with. One of which, she was going around saying like "choke the chicken" in like normal conversation. And then it was just randomly came up because she said it, and I forget the context of what she said it, but I go, "What?" She goes, "Choke," and I'm like, "Did you say choke the chicken?" She goes, "Yeah, doesn't that mean?" I don't even remember what she thought it meant. And I'm just cracking up. I'm driving, I'm cracking up. I'm like, "Oh my god." Shit. She goes, "What's so funny?" I go, "You don't know what that means, do you?" She goes, "I guess not." "Okay. Do you want me to tell you, or do you want me to lie to you?" Right. She goes, "Tell me." I go, it means jerking off. She's like, "What?" I go, "Why?" I'm like, "Have you been saying that to people?" She goes, "Yeah." "At work?" "Yeah."
Oh
"What?" She goes, "For years." I go, I just start
for years.
I
love it.
Oh
years.
My gosh.
And it's things like that. And we've talked about it. I've even told people, I'm like, I think it's actually it's a funny quirk. It's not a bad quirk. I find it more entertaining, and not even entertaining in a bad way. It's just fun.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, I have a Puerto Rican wife. They say weird things too, so I'm with you.
Oh, my what? Some people are like, "Oh, well, do you speak Spanish?" I go, not really, but I definitely understand when she's yelling at me in Spanish.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't have any of that, but I do have an ex that lives here from time to time that yells weird things at me, like "you piece of shit." You motherfucker.
Well, that's essentially
No,
what they're saying too, just in Spanish.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're a horrible father." Like, yeah, I know.
Fuck. Why do you always got to tell me this shit?
Like, I already know, bitch. What do you want from me?
How long have you guys been together? You and your wife?
4 years.
Since
Thanks.
4 years, 4 kids.
Did you already tell us that? Thanks, bro.
No, you didn't. No, I didn't. Been married since 2020 during COVID, and been together since 2018.
Nice.
See, I was just kidding. 4 years. Wow,
I
that's so funny.
I mean, if it was up to,
Dude, you know me, I forget shit like instantly. So,
well, if it was up to her, we would have more. And I'm like, no, we can't afford it.
yeah,
So
that is true. Is it
kids are expensive?
Spanish ladies usually? I mean, I'm not, whatever. Seem to have large families, so I feel like they like to have lots of kids. Is that true?
You froze for a second.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm good, bro.
you sure?
Think.
No.
Yeah. What the fuck? I'm too high for this shit. What are you doing to me, bro? What the hell? So what are your goals, man? Like as far as your stream and stuff like that goes, do you have obviously you got the big dream, obviously I think content creator hopes one day, you know what I'm saying and stuff, but like what's your ultimate goals as far as right now that you're working towards or trying to reach?
It's really just trying to build back up again, because I really do. As much as I love the people who do come in constantly, they're not there as often as they used to be. And then the ones who were there not very often are never there now. It's been more about building up again, because
right.
And I've shared the frustration.
When you say again, did you take time off, or was it just because I went through big deals where it's like up and down, up and down. Where hold on 1 second. Well, that's my dog's tail hitting my door. I apologize. My dog is out there laying up against my door going, I thought it was my kid tapping on the door for a second.
Oh, we didn't even hear it.
Oh, my bad.
But
nothing happened. We'll just cut that part out. Everything will be fine. No.
I'm leaving your shit in.
That's true.
So recently, no, I haven't. It's not really been breaks, although I will say I haven't streamed in now a little over a week.
Right.
But no, whenever my last kid was born last June, she had to go to the NICU because she was born 4.5 weeks early. So her lungs were a little underdeveloped.
I have 2 kids that were born early, man. Both my older kids, my oldest daughter just graduated high school last week, and but they were both a little over 4 weeks early, man. So I know all about that stuff.
So yeah, that was stressful. And I will say, so here's the kicker with that. I was on Kick. It was growing, and it was growing a lot. Matter of fact, the day before she was abruptly born, I had unintentionally did a 16.5-hour stream.
Oh, shit.
and it was, and like chat was still popping. There was some lulls because pretty much what I was doing, it was the following season, it was on Fortnite going from one season to the other, and while it was down, I was like, I'll play some American Truck Simulator. Right. So I did American Truck Simulator for a few hours before I hopped back on Fortnite. So that was overnight. So I essentially went like 7 or 8 o'clock my time up until 11 o'clock in the morning. So it was all night. And then whenever Fortnite came back up, I played it for a while, and then I hopped off. And she ended up being born the next day. So, yeah.
You were beat to hell.
I was, so my numbers were going up really well. And I was like, ooh, I'm really close to verification. And mind you, this is like a month after they moved the goalpost to like 75 viewers plus like subs and shit.
Right.
Before that, it was only 50 viewers and no subs. And I was getting close. I think I was at average viewers. I think I was pushing like 35 or so, but that stream helped a lot too, because it was like floating between 50 and over 100. Some raids, I'll admit some of them were raids, but like it was still floating. It wasn't ever going down so much.
Right. Yeah.
It was hanging in there. And I realize now that a lot of that probably was view botting, not me view botting. It just happened, especially back then on Kick. Still kind of happens now. But after my daughter was born, it was just like I was at the hospital all the time, couldn't stream.
Life,
and then,
man, for sure.
See, and yeah, you get it. And then whenever I did finally come back, first stream back on, nobody was there. Like, I think a few of the regular people were.
One thing that can help, I think, as far as that goes, is just trying to maybe. And don't get me wrong, man. I only average about 9. I think my average right now on Kick's 9 people, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they're 9 bad motherfuckers that have been with me forever through thick and thin, bro, that I know are just like my actual real homies. You know what I'm saying? And
then there's me.
Yeah, and then there's Dolph that I have to just put up with. No, damn it, I forgot where I was going. Look what you made me go. I had this whole thing thought out. Fucking weed, bro. Damn it. What was I gonna say, dog? Weed brain.
Got 9 homies.
Weed brain. I don't even remember now. Fucking shit.
Well, I can piggyback off of that, and that's kind of what I had even back on the Facebook days, and even Kick days before it started going up and then abruptly down. But that's kind of what I mean. But even Facebook before I went to Kick, part of the reason why I did jump to Kick, not abruptly, it wasn't abruptly at first, was because of the almost plummet of people just showing up, and of course everything else went down too, but the usuals stopped showing up as much, and Kick made it look like things were going good, and it really did. It was literally like 3 whole months of things going up and really up. And people were in, chat was popping. I know I keep saying that, but
it's a big indicator of what's going on in your chat in there.
And I won't, and then I will say it's not that, and then so I've jumped back and forth. I will say since then I've had some breaks of like a week. I don't think I've ever gone more than a week or 9 or 10 days in between streams. But I've been consistent, especially when I was like, okay, I'm going to be more consistent, especially in 2024. And
when you have young kids and shit, man, that's hard. That's got to be hard to fucking do, bro.
It is, and I had
small kids.
I had a Well, the two older ones are not. They're not older, but they're older than the younger ones. They're like 10, 10 and 8.
That's still young, dog.
Yeah, they are. But I got 2 other small, tiny ones.
Yeah, you guys are hella busy, man. So just being able to put in any kind of time to stream and stuff, and try to build something outside of your normal grind and stuff, is pretty impressive, dude.
And I will say, ever since, and she's gonna think I'm dogging on her. I'm not. Ever since my wife started this new job back in early December, they've put her on, I guess technically the closing shift. So she's supposed to be off at 6 p.m.
Right.
But sometimes she doesn't get off until 6:15, 6:30, 7:30. Yeah. And my usual times for streaming is like starting at 7, no later than 7:30, because after streaming at that time frame for a long time, I've noticed if I start after 7:30 or especially 8, people don't come in at all, really, let alone the few who did whenever I started at 7. So I have this small window during the weekdays, and sometimes that gets cut into so much that
that's the way I am, man. Yeah, that's the way I am.
So that's one of the reasons why I haven't streamed in currently 9 days. But I made sure to let my wife know. I'm like, hey, I got a podcast.
Well, and you're on Twitter and everything else too, man. So you're still communicating and doing things. I see it on there all the time and networking and talking. Liking and posting, and I mean, honestly, that's why you're here. You know what I'm saying? Because you started liking and posting and talking on some of my stuff, and I noticed you, and I'm like, well, shit, let's ask him to come on. So just doing that is also helping out when you can't put out other content, because honestly, if you weren't doing that, then you wouldn't. I mean, you wouldn't be sitting here. Not that we're some huge big deal, but I mean, it at least worked there, and it's going to introduce you to the few homies that hang out with us, and hopefully eventually we can grow this into something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man.
At least that's the whole idea. We'll see how it works out, bro. So, but yeah, just to find, and dude, we've made some good friends, like just coming on and chilling, sitting down, fucking hanging out. And next thing you know, we're grouping up, playing some games, and it's a cool deal, man. The podcast has been really cool. So
it's been a labor of love all the way.
Yeah.
Like I go back and look. I'm like, wow, that episode was so awesome. Like I go back. It's like so cool. I just don't realize that we have like almost 2 years worth of podcasts now. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a wild deal.
Yeah. I was actually just about to ask how long y'all have had the podcast, but you just answered it right there. So.
Right. October will be 2 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then another thing you can do too, man, is like, I mean, you probably already are. I'm just talking because I don't get a whole lot of views or nothing, but I try to like, if I stream for a little bit, then like maybe there for a while I was doing every day. Don't fucking do that. But I was releasing shorts, and stuff like that. And I tried to do that shit every day. And next thing you know, I had a fucking breakdown, dude. I fucking lost my shit. I couldn't do it anymore. But I was trying to push so hard to hurry up and get to like 200 or 300 shorts so that those can start building. And I did all that, and it didn't really amount to a whole lot. So I'm not sitting there saying to just don't fucking do that. But when you have a second, if you're just chilling and you don't have time to stream, you can bring up an old deal and just clip you out a fucking clip and throw it up, So at least that way, or if you're still putting out some form of content through those days, you know what I'm saying, that you can't actually fully stream and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
Which will be good.
And I've been trying to get feedback from my community because I'm like, well, if people aren't coming in, maybe they'll watch videos more. And maybe if I focus more on that, and I tried to get feedback, but I barely got any, so I don't really have like a control group to go by.
Right.
but yeah, I've been thinking about that too.
I've been there, like, because my stream, like when I first started streaming and stuff, I got really popular, and by playing DayZ. I only played DayZ. I stayed on DayZ for 7 months straight. At one point, I streamed 7 days a week for 3 months straight, and while I was working and doing all that other stuff, and so, but then I also found out, my name's Kyle, by the way, but Drunk Kyle fucking brings in a lot more views. So next thing you know, I'm drinking beer every night. And then it goes to, well, fuck it. I get a fucking sub here and there. I'll do a shot. Next thing you know, I'm drinking whiskey off a goddamn flip-flop and I'm getting fucking smashed every day. And I realize, I'm like, whoa, man, like everything was popping, dude. It was popping like crazy. Yeah. But I'm like, this is not sustainable, dog. I'm like drinking myself to death, And so I took a step back, and at that same time, I kind of switched from I was a console streamer, and I switched that to PC. And I went from having, sometimes I'd have 400 or 500 people in there, and I got down to, at one point, I was down to like 2 concurrent viewers there for a while, a very short period of time, and started to build back up. So I've been on that roller coaster as well this whole time, man, and it can be brutal. But one thing I can tell you,
your behavior doesn't help, though, Dosh. No. When I say his behavior, I'm saying he's fucking ADD'd on games. Like if he would have just stuck on DayZ, he would have fucking drove himself crazy.
I'd want to jump off a cliff, dude. So that ain't.
But he could have been one of the largest DayZ streamers out there because he was just on that track at that point in time. But yeah, I was
by far the biggest DayZ console streamer, I think, at that point, for sure. And then, but anyway, it was a hell of a DayZ, man. That's a great game. We'll have to get you hooked on that shit, man.
Oh God, don't do it.
It's still it's probably my all-time favorite game. I think I don't even remember. We actually did a podcast about this a while back, but DayZ's a great fucking game, dude. It really is.
Oh, it is, and it's so in depth, even for a 10-year-old game. It's still captivating to this day. Like it's wild.
And you played Fortnite too, so at least you play some sorts of shooters here and there, right? So
yeah.
One thing about DayZ though is a lot of times if you're playing DayZ like the way it's supposed to be played, you're not going to get in gunfights all the time. So it's I don't know. It's not for everybody. I can tell you that, but it is a great game.
It's a survival game, kind of like what they're doing with Gray Zone right now, except obviously Gray Zone's more military based, but
yeah.
Okay. The premise I just want to make sure because I've heard of it and I've heard good things. I just haven't dug into it.
Right.
The premise of it is you wake up on a foreign soil like Russia, and it's the zombie apocalypse, and all you have on you is what you had on with you. And it's normally like an apple and maybe or something else. Like nothing too crazy.
And then you got to avoid zombies and other players and try to stay alive. And pretty much the whole deal is to get geared and see how long you can survive. So each character, you just see how long they survive. And when you get killed, you lose everything. You start back over from scratch. So,
fun times.
Yeah. So it can be great and it can be fucking piss you off mad. And especially when you play with someone like me who fucking at the whim, I'll just shoot my buddy in the head. And then next thing you know, I get all his shit.
Or throws a grenade straight up.
But it's always it's always for a laugh. It's for the content, you know what I'm saying? So
Oh, I'm not mad at you. I threw a grenade at you last time we played together.
I've been playing Arena Breakout. Have you seen much of that lately? Have you tried to get in on that at all?
I wanted to, but I don't have. I never got a beta key, so
I'm hoping they release it pretty soon, man. It's a pretty quality game if you're into shooters and whatnot, man. It's a lot of fun. We've been playing
make some money.
fucking hours.
it looks
But
nice.
if you end up, well, it's going to be free to play. So shit, if you ever load it up, man, we'll have to fucking get on there and fucking do some shooting. Bang,
I like
bang.
free games. I have a lot of free games on my PC just
Of course,
because
then they're going to try and nickel and dime you for everything, in the game. But that's all right. They got to make money somehow. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
It's a good game. I don't play it alone. I'm not good enough to play anything like that by myself.
Bro,
I
you
tried.
need to. There's a deal where you can go like covert ops where you run in and you just give you a random dude with some. So you're actually the bad guys in there, the scabs or the AIs, and so it's pretty cool. Like you should get on there and practice that, and you could run by yourself. Not that way you don't lose shit, But
Yeah, that's the problem. Whenever you die, you lose all your shit, and it costs a fucking arm and a leg.
right.
Fucking bullshit.
Well, I don't mean to backtrack, but you said your name's Kyle. My name's Kyle too.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Now you're talking.
The other side of that though is I'm a Raiders fan. So
Oh hell no! What the? What?
I was like a little bit before you sent me the invite. I go, I ran into the bedroom with my wife. As I go, do you know where my Max Crosby jersey is?
Oh shit!
Oh
Yeah,
my
dude,
god.
I'm born and raised in Kansas City, so I've never rooted for anybody but the Chiefs, man. Like, and it was crazy. Like right now, the era of the Chiefs is fucking wild, dude, and whatnot.
I mean,
I'm sure
we can talk about that.
I'm sure you're thrilled that no. Now you brought it up, goddamn. No, but it's man. When I was a kid and stuff watching, I've always wondered like, well, am I ever going to see them in the Super Bowl? Blah 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 blah. So
and
now
then they
it's
go
just
and win
fucking,
3.
It's a fucking crazy time to be a Chiefs fan, bro.
But
You can't talk football with this guy. He's incorrigible. Like, oh, Chiefs fans! Like, shut
That's
up.
all I
is
know.
he like every current Chiefs fan I've ever met?
No,
Dude.
he's not bad.
No. And I'm not like a diehard NFL guy either. Like I love to watch the Chiefs and I love that, but I couldn't go through and tell you who every single I know them. I guess I could tell you most of them, but I'm not gonna be commentating on sports or anything anytime soon. I can tell you that shit, bro. I just like to smoke weed and watch football when I can, which unfortunately I don't get to all the time.
That's one of my favorite things to do.
Any upcoming games you're looking forward to? Like, is there anything you're just waiting to get your hands on?
Hell yeah! It's been 11 years, but the new college football game that's coming out in July.
No shit.
Pre-orders. Yeah, NCAA's coming back. Yeah.
Yep. Pre-orders have already. They released a full reveal trailer last Friday. Looks pretty badass. Of course, there's people out there who are like, "Oh, it's just a Madden reskin. It's a Madden reskin." And while it does use the same engine as Madden, but so does FIFA, so does F1.
Yeah, but you're also playing by the college rules and shit too, which is going to switch up the gameplay.
Playing by the college rules. There's 134 different teams. There's 134 different playbooks.
Dude, that's crazy, bro.
It is
crazy,
the first.
Dude.
It's actually going to be the first game that, well, at least EA has made. That's going to be next gen consoles. Because, one thing people talk about is like, they're like, oh, why isn't it here? And it's like, well, first off, next gen consoles have been out for
they've been out
pushing
for a while
4
now.
years.
Yeah.
They got to make the switch over somehow.
It's crazy. It's been that fucking long, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, I only
recently bought one.
Lord.
I only bought this little Xbox right here that y'all can't see because of that game. But at the same time, they're not like super expensive.
Right.
But it's pretty cool. It's the stills they have are really cool. The videos they've had are really cool. They actually today they've been releasing like what like LSU and Texas's stadiums will look like in game.
Right.
And of course, since it doesn't come out in July, pretty much they're doing like cleanup work at this point. It doesn't come out till July, so there was a part in the trailer where people are like, "Oh my god, the Tennessee field isn't checkered," or like the audience isn't checkered, and other people are like, "Yeah, but I'm sure it'll be checkered when the game comes out. That's another 2 months away. So
Right.
everything's just cleanup work at this point. I mean, they've forked out a lot of money to get the rights and licenses of things, players, because before they didn't have players. You had to go either edit them yourself or find it from online.
Right.
Matter of fact, they had every university send hundreds up to thousands of pictures of their stadium, every little bit of their stadiums, their tunnels, their statues, like the Howard Rock at Clemson. Or whatever, I don't know what it's called at Wyoming, but they have the cowboy statue right when they're walking up, kind of the same concept of, every player walks by, touches it, whatever. Matter of fact, the trailer opens up, well, besides the Boise State field, although that looks pretty sweet, you could see every blade of turf. The following scene after the Boise State is snow coming down and the Wyoming players walking by the cowboy statue. So it looks so very in depth. A matter of fact, they had to, because they've been working on this game for a very long time, pretty much since late 2020 is when they first announced, "Hey, we're going to start working on it." And they've essentially reinvented the wheel, because you think about it, you're like, oh wow, just to have a stadium in a game, especially with how big some of these other stadiums are, that takes up a lot of stuff. They invented, well, did they invent, I forget what it was, I got to reread the article, but essentially there's this whole new technology that they used that without taking up as much room, for one stadium they could literally build every stadium brick by brick, which is why they wanted hundreds and thousands of photos from every university to make sure they got everything right.
There's crazy, man.
Key on realism. And I don't know if y'all know, college football's been real big on the NIL stuff, so players are actually getting paid. That's supposed to be a big focus in the game too, whether you do Road to Glory where you play as one player, or you do a dynasty and then that plays a factor into it. We don't know the full ins and outs yet of like what the menus and everything's going to look like for the dynasty, because I know I played NCAA 11 and then I didn't play NCAA 14 until actually this past football season, because they have college football revamp for it, so that's updated. It's literally like a group of people. Not only updated the graphics a little bit as best you can for a PS3 game, and then they updated all the logos, updated even the college football playoff, even though it was BCS back then. They even have every single player, at least every player that mattered for every school that matters,
right.
in it. It's pretty much it's real easy to just throw together and then just start playing. You can even move some FCS teams over to the FBS. Like I moved Montana over because I'm a big Grizzly fan.
Right.
But the new game looks.
And when fantastic. Is that coming out?
July 19th. Damn, early access
won't
is
be
July
long
16th.
Now. Yeah, it won't be long now.
And I already have that. I mean, the game does for early access. It's not until July 16th, which is a Tuesday. I actually took off Tuesday through Friday off of work already.
Nice.
And my supervisor knows.
That's fucking sick. Hell yeah. So is it do you have a bunch of homies that like all you guys that you play with, or do you play like just right like you like to play offline seasons, or how do you enjoy the game normally?
For revamp I play I play myself. I've learned that, or at least to me as a viewer, I was like, okay, Dynasty seems kind of boring. Whenever you get into like the recruiting stuff, people don't really want to watch that. So
right.
Streaming wise, I've done Road to Glories because that gets to the football games quicker. But I usually do that. But I've been talking with a bunch of other people who are talking about online dynasties.
Right.
But as of right now, they while they do have crossplay, they don't have crossplay for online dynasty at launch. But supposedly that's supposed to change, like it did with Madden last year. They didn't have franchise cross-platform until like November after it was released. But it eventually happened, and people have been playing it. But yeah, you can still play your like I have an Xbox. I can play if my brother decides to get it, he has a PS5. We can play head to head repeatedly, but we just can't do a dynasty.
Well, that was big as a kid, man. I'll be honest with you, man. I've never got into college sports much. But growing up, as far as football games and sports games, man, that's kind of where it was when we were kids and shit. Playing, your siblings in Madden or friends in Madden, or whether it be that or basketball or baseball. Back in the day, baseball games were a lot of fun. And
backyard baseball.
I used to even really love hockey games back in the day, dude. But I don't know the goddamn rules of hockey. I just like playing them, and I remember like having those ones where you could get in fights and start fucking socking each other and stuff. So it was fun, man. A lot of fun. Well, brother, I think we're gonna wrap it up, man. It's been a fucking pleasure getting to know you, dude. And I hope that we need to link up for sure on some fucking games, dude, and get some play time together. And I've been wanting to try to. Well, Dolph knows, man. I got to work on my networking just the same as a lot of people. So anytime that I'm playing a game, or you got a game you think I might be interested in or whatever, man, I'd love to link up and do some gaming together, dude. So for real.
All right, man. That sounds good. New season of Fortnite starts tomorrow. They completely redid it. I hope it's good because past season sucked.
Oh shit! When's the next time you're gonna be live? Do you know? You gotta. I mean, I know you haven't been able. Do you have a when you are live? What are your normal times you're live?
7 p.m. Central, between 7 and 7:30 Central.
Nice
is when I try to go live. Sometimes it works out, other times it doesn't.
Right.
But I'm gonna try to be live tomorrow, but we'll see how that goes.
Gangster. Well, dude, I'll definitely tune in, and I want to say thank you as well for all the support you've been giving me on Twitter. Dude, I've seen you out there, dude. You really have, man, comment and everything, and that's a big help, dude. And so I'll try to return that favor for you, and I do appreciate that greatly, man.
No problem. I have a lot of downtime at work.
Hell yeah, guys. QuesoStream. Until next time, Two Fridays podcast, baby. Let's do it. Peace.
Like and subscribe.